In the year 1500 BCE, ancient Sanskrit texts described something so intimate, so peculiar, that they called it sniffing with the mouth. Today, we press our lips together and call it a kiss. We do it to show love, affection, passion. But have you ever stopped to wonder why? Why would humans evolve to mash one of the most bacteria-laden parts of our faces together as an expression of love? The answer involves ancient Roman orgies, DNA-sniffing mothers, medieval plagues, and a behavior that might not even be universal to all humans. This is the strange, surprising, and slightly disturbing origin of the kiss. Let's start with what seems obvious. Humans aren't the only animals that appear to kiss. Birds touch beaks, bonobos press lips, dogs lick faces. But here's what's strange. Only about 46% of human cultures actually engage in romantic kissing. A 2015 study of 168 cultures found that less than half practiced what anthropologists call romantic sexual kissing. In many indigenous Amazonian tribes, the Maori of New Zealand, and among some African communities, the romantic kiss is considered bizarre, even disgusting. One Maori woman, when first observing Europeans kissing, reportedly said, "You're eating his saliva and the dirt on his face." So, if kissing isn't universal, if it's not hardwired into human DNA, where did it come from? The answer begins not with romance, but with survival. Evolutionary biologists believe kissing may have originated from kiss feeding, a practice still observed in some cultures where mothers pre-chew food and transfer it mouth to mouth to their infants. This wasn't just about nutrition. Through saliva exchange, mothers were transferring antibodies, building their children's immune systems, creating biological protection. But something else was happening too. Humans were learning to chemically analyze each other. Your lips and tongue contain vast sensory networks. When you kiss someone, you're not just touching, you're tasting, smelling, analyzing their genetic compatibility through something called the major histocompatibility complex, or MHC. Studies show that women are subconsciously attracted to men whose MHC genes are different from their own, creating offspring with more diverse, robust immune systems. The kiss became an evolutionary shortcut, a way to unconsciously assess genetic compatibility before committing to a partner. The first written record of romantic kissing appears in India around 1500 BCE in the Vedic Sanskrit texts. They described it as inhaling each other's soul, and linked it directly to spiritual and sensual union. The practice spread along trade routes, to Persia, to Greece, to Rome. But in Rome, kissing became complicated. Romans had multiple words for different types of kisses. Osculum was a kiss of friendship, on the cheek. Basium was the affectionate kiss, between family, loved ones. Savolium was the passionate, erotic kiss, reserved for lovers. Kissing became so integral to Roman society that it was embedded in law. Contracts could be sealed with a kiss. When a couple married, their union was legally recognized with a kiss. But there was also a dark side. Emperor Tiberius banned public kissing because of a herpes outbreak. Yes, the Romans had discovered that kissing could spread disease. And Emperor Claudius decreed that people of different social classes should not kiss, attempting to maintain hierarchical purity. Kissing, which began as a gesture of intimacy, had become a tool of power, control, and political symbolism. Before we continue this journey through history, if you're finding this fascinating, I'd love for you to hit that like button and subscribe to the fascinating origin of things. Share this video with someone you'd like to kiss, or someone who'll find the history as intriguing as you do. Your support helps us uncover more incredible origins. Now, let's talk about what happened when kissing met the medieval world. When Christianity spread across Europe, kissing underwent a profound transformation. The Church introduced the holy kiss, a kiss of peace, a kiss of fellowship. Christians greeted each other with kisses as a sign of spiritual brotherhood. But the Church was deeply suspicious of romantic kissing. Passion was dangerous. Sexual desire was sin. Theologians debated, was kissing before marriage acceptable? Could a kiss constitute a binding marriage contract? In 1200 CE, it was decreed that a kiss could indeed create a legally binding marriage if accompanied by words of commitment. Suddenly, a kiss wasn't just intimate, it was contractual. Then came the Black Death. Between 1347 and 1351, the bubonic plague killed up to 60% of Europe's population. People stopped kissing. They stopped touching. Fear of contagion transformed social customs overnight. When society rebuilt after the plague, kissing slowly returned, but it was different, more private, more reserved. By the Renaissance, kissing had become romanticized in art and literature. Shakespeare wrote entire scenes around a single kiss. Romeo and Juliet's first conversation is a metaphorical negotiation to kiss, a pilgrim's worship of a saint. The kiss had transformed from biological behavior to cultural performance, a gesture loaded with meaning, protocol, and emotion. By the Victorian era, kissing had become scandalous in public, sacred in private. But the invention of cinema changed everything. In 1896, the film The Kiss showed a 47-second kiss between actors, and audiences were scandalized. Churches called it obscene. Moral crusaders demanded censorship. But people kept watching. The kiss became cinema's most powerful visual shorthand for romance. Hollywood established rules. Kisses couldn't be longer than 3 seconds. 1 foot had to stay on the ground. Married couples had to sleep in separate beds. The 1960s sexual revolution broke these rules. Kisses became longer, more passionate, more explicit. Today, the kiss is everywhere. In advertising, media, public life. But science continues to reveal new mysteries. Recent studies show that kissing releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, strengthening emotional attachment between partners. It reduces cortisol, lowering stress. It can even boost your immune system by exposing you to new bacteria, creating antibodies. The kiss remains what it always was, a bridge between biology and emotion, between survival and love. So the next time you kiss someone, whether it's a passionate lover, a beloved family member, or a dear friend, you're participating in a behavior that connects you to thousands of years of human history. You're sniffing with your mouth, like those ancient Sanskrit texts described. You're exchanging bacteria and antibodies, strengthening bonds, assessing compatibility. You're performing a gesture that has been worship, contract, rebellion, and art. The kiss is strange. It's biological. It's cultural. It's universal and unique. It's one of the most human things we do, and one of the most mysterious. This has been the fascinating origin of things. Until next time, stay curious.